Pisces, hi. So this is going to be a reading for the month of July 2026. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Pisces. Alrighty, the overall energy for the reading, the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like there's a need for something fresh here, something new to the table. Yeah, there definitely is. Starting off the reading, you get the Page of Pentacles crossed by the Ten of Cups. I get the sense that you're trying to lean in the direction of, high vibration energies, like let's think positive and things like that. There's a lot of commotion around you, and I feel like you're kind of involved in it too, ish. And I kind of see you almost conjuring this positive energy, to kind of deal with rather than whatever's at play here, or trying to. In your focus, the Ten of Swords, yeah, you're done with all this crap. You're like, I'm done. If I need to be done with the whole thing altogether, I'll be done with the whole thing altogether. But I don't want to, I don't want the commotion anymore of whatever the hell is going on here. In the recent past, the Nine of Swords, super stressed out about whatever. In your strength, the Devil, I feel like you're recognizing that something's just not making you feel great here. Something's not working out in the best way possible here, and it's like, okay, we got to do something about it. In the immediate future, the Seven of Wands, a little bit of this comes through as defensiveness. I'm not sure if it's on your side or somebody you're dealing with, but it's here. Supporting this reading, the Five of Wands, yeah, there's a lot of conflict here. I'm not sure how that applies and what's up with it, where it kind of lands for you, but it's here. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Justice card, and you want anything but this conflict. Like right now in your energy, you're showing up as, I just want balance. I don't want any of this crap that's completely off balance. In your hopes and fears, the King of Swords, and it's kind of like, okay, if I need to make a change to something, I gotta make a change. I gotta at least try to change something. If I don't want something to look like that, I gotta try to change it to look like something else. In the potential outcome, the Three of Cups, you might actually succeed in terms of removing all of the chaos here and stepping into better energies there, where as the reading starts and it plays out, I see you surrounded by all sorts of things that are not great, and then by the end of the reading, I see you surrounded by love. So I don't know what you're doing, but I kind of get a sense that you're flipping that page. You're like, okay, we're done with this page. This was chaotic. Let's move to the next page here, and let's try to make a clean cut for this page in which everything looks awesome. For the Ace of Pentacles, you get the Ace of Pentacles, again, the Four of Swords, the Six of Wands. Just the thought of it, just the thought of a good change to things here makes you feel out of this world good, kind of like just thinking about it makes me feel like, oh man, Let's do the Page of Pentacles. You get the King of Cups, the King of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and it's I don't think you're trying to kind of cut this off altogether or whatever this is, not initially at least. I feel like you're done with the drama, done with the chaos, done with the conflict, done with whatever's going on here. So let's say you are getting along with someone just fine, but in one particular department, you always butt heads. It's like we can't seem to get it straight on the same page here. And it's like we keep on creating a massive war in this situation. And you're done with that. Like you're either done with the topic of whatever that is, like we're never going to talk about it again. Or at least that's kind of the intention, to just cut that unhealthiness of that little corner there, to cut it off. I don't see you wanting to cut off the person because of whatever, If anything, you want to bring peace into the situation, at least initially. I think at some point you're getting to the point of, if I can't do that, or if we can't achieve that place of peace here, then it's time to count our losses here, you know. But you're not there. You're not there. For right now, the intention is just to cut off the chaos. For the 10 of Cups, you get the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Again, two alternatives here. One, we work on things and we try to kind of remove all of this nonsense. Two, I'll make my way out. You know, if that's what it comes down to, I'll make my way out. It is what it is. You know? Let me do the 10 of Swords in your focus, the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, the Star. And I feel like you're willing to give this some time. If you decide, okay, let's work on things here so that we can remove all of this chaotic nonsense, and you're starting to work on it, let's say, I see you being willing to give it some time, not to just give it 5 minutes and decide. Like, okay, oh, we're not doing shit here. Oh, bye. You know, no, you're not doing that. You're willing to give this some time. For now. Again, I kind of feel like it's one of those where things can change at any given time. I'm like, okay, for now you're showing up as willing, open. That could change. For the 9 of Swords in the recent past, you get the Queen of Swords, the Empress, the Queen of Cups. I feel like you have tried all sorts of methods in the past to come through from the purest place in your heart and all of that, and I feel like you did, but it almost looks like it backfired. Like, I see you super balanced, super open from your heart, super here, this is the energy I'm putting here, and then the end result is you stressed out of your mind. And it's like, okay, what happened here? Out of this type of energy that's awesome, you get that as a response, then that backfired really fast. Let me do the Devil. In your strength, you get the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands. It's exhausting too, you know, because it's unhealthy at the end of the day. Dealing with a conflicting energy over and over again, it's going to turn into very unhealthy and very exhausting. It takes a lot out of you, you know, where at some point, no matter how much you're going to try to kind of overcome that or kind of work through that, you're not going to have the resources to work through that anymore, because you're going to be depleted. So you're not depleted yet, but you're heading in that direction. You're like, I keep on trying and I keep on this and I keep on that, and man, it's a lot, and it is a lot. Let's do the 7 of Wands in the in the immediate future. You get the Knight of Wands, the Emperor, the Knight of Cups. So I see two energies that could potentially create something quite unhealthy at times when they're coming together. And I see willingness to maybe work on things. At least on your side, it's definitely here, the willingness. On their side, it's here too. I'm not sure if the timing is correct there between the two of you, where it could be that, okay, I'm willing to work on this, but they're not. But then after 10 minutes, they're willing to work on this, but you're not. So I feel like you're not matching there in the willingness to work on this, and then in the matter of timing of this. Man. Let me do the 5 of Wands for the supportive energies. You get the Strength card, the 8 of Wands, the 6 of Cups. It's just not, something's not, there's a mismatch. There's something in the way I see you sharing energy of any kind. I see what's at the core of it, and there's love. There's, you know, there's nice energies attached to this energy exchange. But then the end result seems to be always conflict, and it's like, what are you missing? Why are you like communicating to each other? And those energies should reach a middle ground in which you meet and you're there on the same page. But it feels like just when you're about to meet, you kind of, and that's how the energy exchange goes. It's like you're missing one another. So you may miss their point, they may miss yours, and it's gonna create a shit show. But this hasn't always been like this. That's the thing. It started at some point to just kind of fall into a mismatching place. Let me do the Justice card in the hidden energies. The Fool, the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Exactly what I was saying in the beginning of the reading, where I see you willing and open and, you know, let's. And then I kept on saying, for now, because I could see the possibility of that openness changing for you, and it could be a matter of, you know, in a matter of seconds. And that's exactly how it shows up here. Like right now, your energy is showing up open and willing. Like, let's try to figure something out here. But then it all gets so heavy and so overwhelming and whatever the hell is going on here that you could flip just like that. So you might change your mind at any given time. Like, yeah, now I want to work on it. Ask me in 10 minutes. You know? So it kind of comes through as that, if that's you. But that's why the mismatch in timing, too. You know? Because you may show up willing and open, then they come in 10 minutes later because they weren't willing and open when you were, but they come up 10 minutes later and you're no longer there with that availability. You're like, well, I made other plans, so yeah, no. For the King of Swords in your hopes and fears, you get the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Page of Swords. You're getting very close into this energy of just putting it into the hands of the universe, you know, being like, universe, I got nothing. As much as I thought I knew what I was doing here, I don't know what the fuck is going on, so it's on you, universe. Wherever you want to take this, I'll go. So you're very close to that place. This is you just trying to work through something. It's always more complicated when there's other energies involved, because it's like, okay, I can see where you're at. Like, where are they at exactly? And in all honesty, I can see that they're right where you're at, just not at the same time. That's the only thing. For the Three of Cups, in the potential outcome, you get the Tower, the Justice card, the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like the cherry on top for you, or the solution to all of it, will come when you start kind of putting yourself first, just the hell with all of this, just putting this on the side burner, starting to focus on yourself there. But it almost comes through as an overnighter, like an aha moment of, oh, that's what I gotta do, you know, where you're starting to focus strictly on yourself. And the minute you do that, I see some sort of revelation there on your end. Kind of like, oh, that's what I should have done to begin with, or that's gonna give me my answers or my clarity towards what the hell I need to do here, and things like that, you know. So when that happens, you get a pretty big aha moment, and it already looks as if the energies are turning towards something better, even for this or whatever you got outside of yourself. But the time in which everything is going to change and shift for you in your perception and in how you take things is going to be the time in which you decide to put yourself first there, you know, to start loving yourself, to pull all of the energy that you're giving to this, to put it towards yourself, and that's it. You'll come back to this later, you'll figure it out later, you know. So the minute you do that, everything changes. Not necessarily for the situation, but for you personally. And then if something changes for you personally, you can come into the situation and change something, you know, with the sense of clarity. From the universe for you, as a final advice, you get the Ace of Swords, the Star, the Knight of Swords. Again, I see your intention, and it's pretty clear. It's like, I want to do this, and I'm gonna go do this. At any given point, you can change your mind, though. And that's okay if you do. The thing is, as long as you're dealing with this experience, you're kind of functioning from, no, I got a goal, I got a target. So don't be surprised if at any given point you'll be like, fuck this shit, I'm not doing this, you know? but then coming back to your target. The minute you put this to the side and start focusing strictly on yourself, all of this is going to change, because again, your perception is going to change. So even your intention of staying open here or changing your mind afterwards, that's going to change too. You know, because all of this is happening because none of the feedback you're getting from what work you're putting into this is coming back as clear. If anything, it's coming back as leaving you more and more confused. So when you pull that energy more towards you, it's going to give you a little bit of a different perspective, and it's going to give you a little bit of more clarity, and then you can bring that back to this, you know. So let me see the untethered soul message. The more you sit in the self, the more you will begin to feel an energy that you have never experienced before. It comes up from behind rather than in front, where you experience your mind and emotions. The self, the coming back to you part. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.